50 Cent says that 1090 Jake found paperwork that proves Big Meech allegedly snitched. 50 Cent posted, Tammy Cohen, the truth and nothing but the truth coming soon. 1090 Jake tomorrow, got that paperwork, you know the vibe.
Lil Meech ain't like his response. It seemed like he got a genuine kind of love for 50 on his response. But, you know, my response, nigga, f*** you. Nigga, that's my daddy, nigga, f*** you, nigga. Let's go to war.
Yeah, you made my son $5 million. How much you made though? So you gonna stop? You gonna stop? Yeah, you made, yeah. You ain't just, yeah, come on.
My dad looked out for a lot of people, and 50 ain't do half, like, 50 literally looked out for my dad more than the people that my dad gave millions to.
50 Cent is on a mission to expose Big Meech, and now he's claiming he's got actual paperwork proving Meech is a rat. But now the drama is getting even messier because Lil Boosie just jumped in the conversation and said he doesn't respect how Lil Meech has been handling things, saying that if someone disrespected his father the way 50 disrespected Meech, he would have gone off. And it looks like Lil Meech took that advice to heart. And while he's not clapping back at 50 directly, he's making a statement in his own way. Instead of responding, Lil Meech is following in his father's footsteps by linking up with none other than Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather, two of 50's biggest enemies. And you already know 50 has something to say about this. He wasted no time calling out Lil Meech, Ross, and Boosie, making it clear that he sees what's going on and he's not letting it slide. But is 50 doing too much, or does he have every right to feel played? And what about this paperwork he claims to have proving Meech is an informant? Let's get into it.
When keep showing up next to niggas that I don't with, that's an indication to me he might have some feelings towards me. That is just everywhere I got an issue. You show up around me. So I mean, if you don't forget music, because music ain't usually my motivation. My morals come off the curb. So if you see a nigga keep being around niggas, when you come around, how your antennas go up.
So this whole 50 Cent and Big Meech situation just got even crazier because 50 is now saying he's got real paperwork proving Meech snitched to the feds. Now, just a few weeks ago, Meech shut down the snitching rumors and claimed he never told on anyone.
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me.
But despite Meech swearing he's never snitched on anybody, 50 Cent is now claiming he's got official court documents proving Meech was involved in third-party cooperation with a former associate turned federal informant. On Tuesday, February 25th, 50 hopped on social media to drop some receipts, posting a screenshot of a message from 1090 Jake, the YouTuber known for checking snitch allegations. According to 50 and 1090 Jake's message, the documents supposedly link Big Meech's longtime associate Tammy Cohen's to a major federal case. And if what's in those files is true, it raises some serious questions about how Meech's sentence got reduced. 50 wrote in the caption, Tammy Cohen's, the truth and nothing but the truth coming soon. 1090 Jake tomorrow, got that paperwork, you know the vibes. Now Tammy wasn't just Big Meech's close friend, she was also a producer on 50's hit series BMF, and someone Meech trusted to handle business. But now the streets are saying she was playing both sides, allegedly using info Meech gave her to help the feds take down major players in the game. According to former BMF affiliate Blue Da Vinci, Meech made Tammy the head of BMF Entertainment when he got locked up in 2008. But just a year later, the story took a wild turn because Tammy allegedly flipped and started working with the FBI.
Yeah, Tammy Cohen.
Okay, now...
She's a co-producer of the BMF Stars TV show.
Okay, and you're saying that she's an informant?
Definitely, 100%.
Okay.
She's been an informant since 2009. Tammy Cowens is Big Meech personal assistant slash business partner slash whatever you want to call. You know what I'm saying? Basically she became the owner of what Meech has as BMF Entertainment, his company from prison. His company, she became the owner of it in 2008, and in 2009, she became a government informant. In 2010, she did a case that was
pertaining to a guy that Meech met in prison and one of Meech's homeboys of 26 years. She's the person that got his life right, so she's the person that 50 Cent got the movie from, the TV show from. That's the only way to get it. You can't get it from Meech because he in prison, so he can't DBA. He can't do business from prison, he's in jail. So he has to sign his rights to do his life story or do whatever he gonna do in his name over to somebody else. And Tammy Cowens is the person that was appointed to do all of that business, and she's the one that got the deal with 50.
So if this is true and one of Meech's closest associates was working with the feds before Meech got his sentence reduced, it raises questions about whether Meech was in on it and knowingly cooperated through Tammy. Now, some folks on social media were quick to say this paperwork 50 is talking about isn't new, and it doesn't actually prove Meech was a snitch. Others also pointed out that nowhere in the documents does it directly name Meech as an informant. Besides that, just because Tammy's cooperation may have helped reduce Meech's time doesn't necessarily mean he's an active participant in snitching. So here's how it works. In certain cases, a federal informant can actually help get someone else's sentence reduced by dropping info that works in their favor. But whether or not the person benefiting from it is in on the deal depends on a few key things. The first option is a sworn affidavit or cooperation agreement. This means that if an informant testifies or gives statements that help someone else's case, the prosecution or judge might decide to shave some time off their sentence. And usually, the person getting the reduced time has to be aware of and agree to the deal. And then there's something called third-party cooperation, and this is where things get tricky. If an associate gives up info to the feds and that info helps someone's case, the feds might still offer a deal even if the person getting the time reduction never spoke to them directly. That's why it's a gray area, because technically they didn't snitch themselves, but they still benefited from someone else cooperating. And this is where the whole third-party snitch debate gets messy. A third-party deal doesn't necessarily mean that Meech knew about it or was directly involved. So if Tammy did help reduce Meech's sentence, the real question is, did Meech know and sign off on it, or was this all happening behind his back? Now, 50 Cent is claiming that Meech was fully aware and handed over some info to Tammy that she took to the feds. But this is not exactly clear from that paperwork. And if Tammy did all this on her own without Meech knowing she was feeding the feds, then calling him a snitch could be a bit of a stretch. But either way, 50's not letting up on Meech. And now he's dragging everyone into this and calling out folks who have a different take on it. One of those people is Boosie, who recently jumped into the convo after Lil Meech sent a text message to 50 that was posted online. After 50 called Meech a rat and the whole Flannery clan, Lil Meech texted 50 saying, "They just told me you unfollowed me on Instagram, and now you managing Skilla Baby with Rocket when I brought him around you first when you didn't have a clue who he was. Now you mad at me when I would take my shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I've only shown you love and loyalty. I'm human. I go through my own ish, but I never switched up on you." As far as Big Meech linking up with Rick Ross, which is how this whole mess started, Lil Meech claimed it was strictly about money and nothing more. Lil Meech wrote, "F Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season starts. This internet ish is throwing me off, man. You know me in real life." But 50 wasn't trying to hear it, and he texted back telling Meech that he can forget about his role in the BMF show. 50 said, "What next season, Lil Ninja?" And then in a follow-up post, 50 clowned Lil Meech for losing his job and said his next acting role would be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. "I'll give Mona Scott a call for him later today," 50 wrote. Meanwhile, 50 couldn't resist throwing more shade, this time at Rick Ross and Big Meech's parenting. He dug up some old footage of Lil Meech chilling with Rick Ross's daughter, Towie Roberts, when they were dating, and used it to clown Meech. 50 threw shots at him, asking how come Ross didn't step up and do anything for his family while Meech was locked up. 50 wrote, "Why old boy didn't look out for Mimi and send him to acting school, Big Screech? All your people that was out doing nothing for him. You come home thinking you the Black Pablo Escobar and effed him up." 50 also made sure to remind everyone that he's the one who kept Big Meech's family fed before taking another jab at Meech for wearing Lil Meech's jewelry. He wrote, "I helped your family make over $5 million legit dollars. It's not my fault it's all gone. B, give the baby back his jewelry." Now going back to Boosie, when he was asked about 50 exposing Lil Meech's message, Boosie said he didn't like how Lil Meech handled the situation so calmly and respectfully. Boosie even said that if it was him, he would have gone off on 50 for disrespecting his dad like that.
About, man, Meech, bro, I don't know. Lil Meech, I ain't like his response. It seemed like he got a genuine kind of love for 50 on his response. But, you know, my response, bro, nigga, fuck you. Nigga, that's my daddy, nigga, fuck you, nigga. Let's go to war, fuck you. And everything you nigga, fuck you. I don't know what Meech was on something. Nigga, that's my paw, nigga. Nigga, I don't give a right, wrong. I don't give a nigga. my son, I ain't gonna go against this grain. That. I was like, damn, you know, like, seemed like him and 50 got a, you know, cause after that then came out how Meech was talking all, you know, like, no, all y'all. I'm with my dad, you know.
But 50 Cent was quick to respond to Boosie and claimed he did more for Lil Meech than his own father. 50 shared a clip of Boosie's interview and wrote, "I did more for Mimi than anyone in his life, Boosie. That's why he responded like that. If he got locked up, I'm the first person he called. Bailed him out every time." But it looks like Lil Meech is done trying to reason with 50 because he just linked up with two of 50's biggest enemies, Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather. Now you already know the tension between 50 and Ross runs deep, with their beef going on for over a decade. And of course, this whole drama with Meech kicked off when Meech linked up with Ross as soon as he got out of prison. As for Floyd, he and 50 used to be tight, but their friendship fell apart years ago over money and personal jabs. So for Lil Meech to be out here vibing with both of them is definitely a bold move. And you know 50 wasn't just gonna stay quiet about it. On Friday, February 21st, Lil Meech posted a photo of himself alongside Floyd and Rose, taken while the trio were at the Lucky Strike bowling alley in Miami the night before. Lil Meech also posted another photo with just Floyd, where they're showing off clothing from Meech's Red Letters Wants collab, which he gifted to Floyd. And then to top it all off, Lil Meech threw a little shade at 50 Cent in the caption, writing, "Real power." And while all this was going down, Big Meech also made a quick appearance over the phone and talked with both Rose and Floyd during the hangout. And as expected, 50 Cent wasted no time responding and posted a clip of Lil Meech talking to Ross and joked that the two were probably discussing Ross sending Big Meech a delivery of chicken wings from his Wingstop franchise. 50 wrote, he said, "Yo, tell your pops I'ma look out. What's the address? I'ma send some wings over there." So yeah, at this point, it's clear that 50 Cent is done with the Flannery family. After everything he's done for Big Meech and Lil Meech, from putting Meech's story on the map with BMF to helping Lil Meech make his way in the game, 50 feels he got straight up betrayed. And now with Lil Meech linking up with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather, it's obvious there's no coming back from this. But it seems like fans are still split on this whole situation. Some think 50 has gone too far, and they're calling him out for airing out Meech publicly and pushing the snitching rumors without real proof. On the flip side, 50 supporters are backing him and saying he has every right to feel betrayed after everything he did for the Flannery family while Big Meech was locked up. I mean, sure, 50 did the BMF franchise for his own benefit too, but there's no denying he gave Lil Meech a major opportunity. But what's your verdict on all this? Is 50 Cent doing too much, or is he justified in feeling the way he does? And do you think the paperwork really proves Big Meech snitched? Drop your comments below, and don't miss out on this next video.